What is going on, guys? It's yo boy DBGTX-YT, and we are back here with another dissection video. This is a video dissection for the second trailer of Dragon Ball Project Z, i.e. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I personally call it Legacy of Goku remastered. That's just my own thing because I called it from the very beginning. I said that the game will only go up to the Frieza saga, but let it be known that they'll probably drop DLCs probably for they're gonna probably drop DLCs for the Mecha Frieza portion of the game, so that way you get a tease at playing like with Trunks. And they're probably gonna drop some DLCs, probably like with the the Revenge of Cooler and probably the Return of Cooler. So those are the two DLCs that I'm expecting from this particular game, unless they're trying to give us a full blown experience, like they did, like a la Spider-Man or a God of War type thing. So what this video is about breaking down the elements of the game, of the trailer, of what they're showing us, of what I think that they're going for, what I personally believe they might give us, what they won't give us, how the fighting system, I'm looking at the fighting system, how to break it down. And that's what we're going to be doing with this trailer. I think this is what I'll be doing from this point forward with all the trailers that I drop. I'll drop a reaction video and then drop a dissection video in that regards. It kind of let you guys know where I'm going with that and, what we get from that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get over and start with my very first Dragon Ball Z / trailer, or in this case, DB's dissection videos. Let's get it. So the first thing y'all want to see is that Akira Toriyama himself went out of his way and signed off on this game and said that this game brings the Dragon Ball universe to life. I'm sure it will truly take, it says to truly be able to take a deep dive into the world. I hope you enjoy the game. So Akira Toriyama is officially signing off on this game. It's not something new. Akira Toriyama usually likes a lot of the video games that come out because they're different renders, different editions, different takes on his beloved Dragon Ball series. So he doesn't really knock a lot of the video games, even if their games may be trash, or something like that, in our eyes. And his guys is just like, hey, you guys are showing love for the video game. So that's what we start off at. And he's showing love to another creative art style by Cyber2 Connect. So let's go ahead and watch the first part of the video, and I'll go ahead and dive into, what we get into. Alright, here we go. Alright, so immediately we're getting the Saiyan Saga. So that the focus the one key thing is that both trailer, the old trailer and this new trailer thus far, just immediately from this perspective, has not gone past the Frieza arc. So it's a very much indicator that they're telling us, hammering it home, that if they pass the Frieza arc, it's not going to be too far past the Frieza arc. They're telling you this is the story of Goku. This is the legacy of Goku remastered. I keep telling you guys, like I said in the very first video, this video right here is solidifying my very first take. And if you haven't watched the video, I will put the link at the bottom so you guys can watch it. Like I said, this is the legacy of Goku remastered. We're going to go all the way up to the Frieza arc, but we're going to get a lot of the movie elements. We'll probably start off. This is showing the Saiyan saga, but the very first video showed us the very first elements of Goku versus Piccolo. So I'm thinking that it's starting off, like I said in my first video, third Budokai Tenkaichi. You understand what I'm saying? That's where I'm considering hardcore, thinking that that's where it's going to start, and then it's going to give you a little bit of open world taste. But we are here nonetheless, where this cinematic starts off with, of course, the arrival of the Saiyans. And as you can see, Cyber2 Connect has hammered home the cell shading. This looks beautiful. It looks pristine. I'm wondering how many cutscenes they're going to put in there. I'm wondering how much open world we're going to have in this game in that sense. Or we're going to go from like chapter to chapter, and then from chapter to chapter there's some open cutscenes, open world and whatnot. So let's go ahead and dive deeper a little bit. All right, so the animation is okay. Yeah, no, this is like kind of watching the show, but wow. Okay, here we go. So okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and rewind this real quick. So I can see something that's pretty interesting. So this is the match, or at least the fight, when it goes into the fight, right? This right here, as you can see, I personally check this out. Quote me wrong on this, but this feels very Xenoverse-ish, very very Xenoverse in the sense like when you're at a distance, it's looking very very like there's going to be a skill tree for long range attacks. There's going to be some skill trees for short range attacks and mid range attacks. And what I'm saying that with that, why I'm saying that is because the stance that he has right here and the way it looks, with Nappa being far away over there doing his technique, is basically he has it's an element of that from distance his fighting style may change, or you may have to press a button like R2 in order to access, or R1. That's where I said the Xenoverse elements come in like that. You'll have to access like long range attacks when you're far away, and it'll be seamless. There's probably some way that you could do like snap vanish directly into them after you hit them with a Kamehameha Wave. It's not instant transmission, but it allows you to do like combo into combos. But let's see what we get. Okay, so dude hit him from far away, and then when he hit him, he moved back. You see, so that long range. Now check this out. So that's what I meant about the long range style. Like it changed, the camera perspective changed when you was closer to Nappa versus when he hit you. The camera changed, and the way that you was interacting, the way the stage was blowing up, obviously is a little bit different, but the way you're interacting with the stage, the way you're interacting, your buttons change. I can tell you guys, if you have played Xenoverse, I think that this is going to have a lot of Xenoverse element buttons into it, like how to fly away, how to fly around. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you might have to press the X button, or but thus far, I'm feeling a lot of the fighting style, the way it looks, the way it feels at this point. The motion is very Xenoverse, very polished Xenoverse-ish. All right, so see, there's a snap vanish there, like I mentioned. You see how I mentioned the snap vanish, and he did the key blast, and I jumped up, and he jumped up or whatever. All right, so this is actually the thick of the video right here. This is actually the thick of the video. The thick of the video. This is where they show the actual gameplay from some actual gameplay, like real actual gameplay. So I'm assuming that they're just working on certain things, certain elements, like playing against the giant ape or something like that. Hopefully they work it enough that it doesn't feel repetitive slash y'all know what I'm talking about. I wanted to feel glorifying to fight each boss and such, and I think that Cyber 2 Connect has never failed to deliver in that sense of delivering to the user, to the player, to what game you're playing. Naruto Ultimate Ninja, Storm 1, 2, 3 through God knows Boruto to Boruto to Naruto to Boruto. So they have always delivered in the quality of graphics, the way the animation looks in game, very faithful to the actual gameplay. So at the end of the day, like I said, this is definitely looking to shape up to be beautiful aesthetically. I'm just hoping that they definitely are, just like Akira Toriyama said, they dive in deep into the Dragon Ball world. We're also diving deep into the arsenal of it too. And we don't just get a game that just passed by for us to buy, and then the next iteration has much more to offer, much more combo systems and whatnot. I don't want this to be another one. I don't want this to be, and unfortunately I'm sorry to say this, but I don't want this to be a One Piece World Seekers type stuff. At the end, you won't get the Super Saiyan transformation till the end of the game, so it's already shaping out to that point be correct, but nonetheless, if we get two more storylines, three more storylines where it allows us to use a Super Saiyan ability, we learn some new stuff, and so on and so forth. Maybe we get to use Gohan for a little bit doing the Garlic Junior saga. I can see this game definitely, being worth the buy even as the first entry. So stay tuned for that. All right, here we go. So again, the graphics are the graphics animation is definitely are okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So this right here. How do I explain this? It's like I've seen something similar to this before. Well, I mean, I would essentially have to say that this is similar to, um, this will definitely it feels right here more Tenkaichi 3. Am I right to say that? Yeah, like the back camera, the way you shoot the beams, the way the beams are going, out and coming back in is very Tenkaichi elemental-ish. But again, Xenoverse and Tenkaichi, Xenoverse is the inherent of Tenkaichi in that sense. So I'm taking both elements. If you combine them and you give us some amazing cutscenes, some amazing gameplay, like this is shaping out to be right here. From the long distance thing, he's shooting beams, you're shooting beams back. It's allowing you to, interact between long and short, So again, mentioning the skill tree, I'm seeing such an amazing skill tree. I like, yeah, like I could see the long range right here, for example. I could see me shooting Kamehameha waves and snap vanishing another Kamehameha wave. Being able at this point to be able to fully power charge up, which means that I'll be able to charge up a lot faster. Things like that. You build up that skill tree. Things like I can see how much hours I can grind based off just where we at here. And again, there's the block. Look, there's the snap vanish. This change, and it changes and then going into a cutscene. So I'm assuming that as you're fighting, if you do certain, because Cyber 2 Connect loves playing with these animation things and doing their stuff. I am guaranteeing that what's happening or what's going to happen. I am guaranteeing that what's going to happen is that you're going to get a lot of cut animations where you have to press the button sequences / do some rotations or put the right input button and stuff like that. And those things are going to yield you more points towards the end of the chapter. Another thing that you'll also be doing on top of that is like performing certain sequence. So like in this case, as you can see, when you dodge all of his techniques and then you go ahead and you dash forward, that dash forward allows you, they ain't show it there, but I guarantee you there's gonna be like press the left to the right and whatever the case might be. You're gonna go ahead and bow and hit him just like the gut shot. And we're gonna get a lot of iconic scenes redone in this game from start to finish. I don't think it's going to be bare bone in the cinematics, so don't expect that. I expect that when it comes down to Cyber 2 Connect, you cannot ever expect that they're just going to leave a game half-assed. Leave that to them, but not to Cyber 2 Connect. Shout out to Cyber 2 Connect. Alright, so there's the combo system. Okay, so there's the combo system right there. Let's rewind so I can see. Okay, so I'm hitting. So when you hit them, I could feel that this is like more like square, triangle, smash hit. And like I said, you saw how he did the smash hit. Maybe it's a cut that it goes directly, that they're just teasing us as like that in this sense, and not immediately that this is gonna happen, but more so like I could see it. You're saying like hit Frieza with a smash hit, you know, and when you hit him with the smash hit, it'll have him go and land like this and look up and be like, I'm not done, you know, like that, trying to stop his attacks, all that. I pretty much can tell you again that there's going to be a lot of sequences. So um, this is a big example of it. So you hit him, you know, he did that last cutscene and this cutscene right here don't have anything to do with each other. This probably is when Frieza is like, you know, when Frieza gets really pissed off and they're about to go at each other. This right here, dodging this, is probably going to be either an input scene, because you're charging the Kamehameha Wave. So just to break that down, so there's gonna be, this is another thing. The Kamehameha Wave, the Kaioken, the Spirit Bomb, all that are going to be skill trees. Are going to be adaptable. Are going to be upgraded throughout the series or throughout the game. So I mean, yes, it's going to be kind of, I don't know how that'll work, but you probably won't be able to unlock like the final version of the Spirit Bomb till the end of the game, and then when you do New Game Plus, you're able to use the Super Spirit Bomb slash. You'll be able to use Kaioken times 20 at the beginning of the game in the New Game Plus. You'll be able to go Super Saiyan earlier and be able to build up the Super Saiyan skill tree again. I'm looking forward to the DLC because if this game is going the way I'm mentioning, the game will start off at the Budokai Tenkaichi 23rd tournament, or after that with tutorials all the way through the end of the Frieza saga, then giving you a taste of what's to come in the second game, if there is a second game, by you playing either with Trunks, playing a little bit with Gohan, and the DLC coming in through with the Revenge of Cooler and maybe the Return of Cooler. So those two will be given to you because those are more Goku slash Goku and Vegeta centric related. The big question is, you know, since this is a story mode, it looks like it's all single player. The big question is, will this game have a multiplayer mode? I don't know yet. That's something that I haven't thought about. But from the gameplay system, I don't think that there will be a two-player mode. But don't quote me on that, because the thing is that if they do decide to add or implement a second player mode, that's going to be the hype of the game in about 2-3 months. Right now, the hype of the game is this trailer. Right now is this, all of the elements that we're getting for the single player. So we know that the single player game is going to be pristine. They don't want that hype to die down, so they're going to continue concentrating on that. Now, if there is a co-op element, if there is a two-player element or whatever the case might be, that is to be seen. At the moment, I'm going to say that I hope that they just focus on the single player for now, and if they want to add co-op and they want to add, two-player element to that, they could do that maybe down the road on the DLC, or if they do, it's not what they really focus on, so people are not complaining like, well, they give us such a very good story, but their their verses and their thing, it sucks. Yes, because that was what this game was not about, being a two-player game. This game was about fucking Kakarot, like it's explained in the title. So, presto. But anyway, what I'm saying is, check this out. This element part right here of being able to launch a beam back when you through the Kamehameha Wave. There's more than likely a chance that you could launch that Death Wave back, and that's probably when you're beating Frieza's ass. He'll probably go into a cutscene and try to launch another Death Wave, and you got to stop it or something. Because Cyber 2 Connect knows how to do these cinematics. Cyber 2 Connect know how to do their thing when it comes down to these games, where it comes down to reimagining an amazing cutscene. To be honest, I'd rather watch the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series animations and cutscenes and such of all the major events versus sometimes watching it in the cartoon because it was just more hype. Like it was more direct to the point. Obviously, you got episodes that lead up to something, but sometimes I just want to see like show me the hype. And that's what Cyber 2 Connect has always done. So at the end of the day, that's what we're going to get, and I think that's means a lot. Means an amazingly a lot when it comes down to the next Dragon Ball Z that we are going to get our hands on. So again, we saw the beam struggle. This is probably an animation cutscene and whatnot. And there we have it. That's all we got as far as this particular breakdown. So again, we have a lot of Tenkaichi elements, little things like being able to fly away, stay away, and have a long range game. There's also fighting the Great Ape or fighting giant monsters and things like that. That's also going to be another thing because I don't think that this is going to be the only giant monster that Goku will be fighting. Again, if the game, like I'm saying, starts off at the 23rd Budokai Tenkaichi tournament against Piccolo, and you'll probably get a tutorial on how to fight big, giant monsters and such by fighting Piccolo in his giant Namekian form. So it makes perfect sense that it may start that way. It makes perfect sense that it could be like a flashback, to give you that element, that look, that things like that. So that's what I'm getting at. That's where my expertise is sitting at as far as what I'm reading off these videos. So this might not be the first and only giant battle that you'll get. I'm looking at I'll probably say we'll get Piccolo, we'll get Dr. Dr. Willow. Sorry about that. We'll probably get Great Ape Vegeta, and that's about it, I think. And if we do the Tree of Might, we'll probably get Great Ape Gohan and stuff like that, trying to stop the Great Ape Gohan. So, if anything, my first video broke down how many arcs, what we'll get from the thing. They're gonna do their best to tie the storyline from the movies as alternate things to do versus the main storyline, but you are able to like go and branch out to those paths and do those before you do the main storyline, so it can make sense, or make it the way they, Cyber 2, how do they do it? And I'm running out of things to talk about in that sense as far as what else to hit you guys upon the head with as far as what this game trailer is bringing out for us. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys like the breakdown. Leave in the comment section what you guys think of this breakdown, of what you guys think of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and what to expect from it. I call this Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku, remastered. That's just my take on it. But let's go ahead and see what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that sub, hit that share, hit that like. We're going to be bringing more content based off the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot trailer. And this is the best channel to get your anime gaming content. DBGTX over and out.